Want to know a well-known secret in the Sims community? EA loves a little walk down memory lane, a nostalgic stroll, a cheeky twirl with pre-existing ideas, or even pre-made Sims. And why is that? Because we, the players, love that shit. You know what I mean? A new pack or update gets announced and suddenly you find out they're bringing back a fan favorite. Least we forget the excitement when homegirl Bonehilda made her grand return. For some reason, it's just exciting to see classic characters reimagined for Sims 4. Will they look different? Will their family structure be the same? Probably not. Will they have a whole new backstory? Or will we get fresh details added to the existing lore? These are all valid questions, and those were exactly the questions I had when I found out which family was making their return in The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature. Hey you! Yeah, you! Don't forget to enter my monthly giveaway with Instant Gaming for a free game of your choice. You'll find the link in the video description. If you win, you get to pick any game Instant Gaming offers. Sims DLC, Minecraft, Destiny 2, or something brand spankin' new. Enter today and good luck. Alright, let's get to the good. Okay, so The Sims 4 might technically be a rebooted universe, but that hasn't stopped EA from stuffing it full of familiar faces. And I mean familiar. If you've been playing since the days of Death by Missing Pool Ladders, then you're going to recognize a whole bunch of these classic Sims instantly. Let's start with the messiest bunch. Dawn Lothario and the Caliente sisters. Yes, they're back. Yes, they're still hot. And yes, the drama is just as confusing as ever. But this time, Katrina is here. Roommate? Aunt? Nah. She's their mother. Meanwhile, the land grabs continue to be rich, unlikable, and somehow always in the middle of every town's real estate and power grid. Classic. Then we got the Pleasant twins back at it again, Lilith and Angela. This time around, they're not really going at it like before. Like, good for them, progress. We love a little character development. Meanwhile, Dustin Broke and Dirk Dreamer have changed significantly. Instead of being high schoolers dating the Pleasant twins, they're both out here chasing dreams of fame and fortune. We can't forget Holly Alto from the Alto family, who once again is reimagined as a 3-star celebrity. But wait, we're going deeper. Olive Spectre returns in Life and Death, and she's just as cryptic and grim-adjacent as ever. A nervous subject isn't a test subject anymore, and he goes by Nyan. He actually still lives with his mom, but this time, his cousin doesn't even exist, and certainly doesn't live with Olive. Agnes Crimplebottom is back, and she's as snooty and mad as ever. Oh yeah, you remember how she's been widowed twice? Her first husband, Robert Crumplebottom, is actually Roberto Crinkletop in disguise. Methinks my detective sim needs to get on that case, am I right? And what would a true Sims experience be without the icons? Bonehilda dusts herself off and walks again. The tragic clown continues to exist against everyone's will. And of course, Grim is still here collecting souls. The Goth family in particular, they're a fan favorite. And let's be honest here, a developer favorite too. The core family, minus Alexander, was featured as playable characters in The Sims, in The Sims console, and then again in The Sims 2, although this time, Bella was missing due to the alien abduction storyline, and Alexander appeared as a child. There was a Strange Town NPC Bella, though. The Sims 3 featured Mortimer and Bella as children, since in the timeline Sims 3 happens first. In the alternate universe that is The Sims 4, all 4 of the main family members appear in Willow Creek. Not only that, but they appear in various other Sims games like Bustin' Out, Sims 2 for PlayStation Portable or Game Boy Advance, Sims 3 on Nintendo DS, and much more. The immediate members appear in Neighborhood 1, Old Town, Pleasant View, Sunset Valley, and Willow Creek, and they're considered a key founding family in those places. Wow, talk about family legacy. Other branches of the family appear or are featured in the histories of areas including Moonlight Falls, Lunar Lakes, Beacon Bay, and Sugar Maple Coast. Other members of the Goth family are included in Sims Unleashed, Sims 3 Supernatural, Sims 3 Pets, and Sims 4 Life and Death. Seriously, the developers love this family. Their history and storyline are expansive. The family is one of the most important households in the franchise. They even make parodies of them, like the Roth family, and include various buy items or in-game content linked to the family. So, while The Sims 4 may have rebooted the timeline, it definitely doesn't forget its roots. These returning legends connect every corner of the franchise, and honestly, seeing them pop back into our lives is like finding an old save file you didn't realize you missed this much. There are some minor characters making a comeback, usually from My Sims or similar spin-offs. Take Candy and Yuki Bear, for example. They show up in The Sims 4 Get Together, The Sims Mobile, and My Sims as DJ Candy Supergrove and Yuki, respectively. Fun fact, Candy even has a trophy of her My Sims counterpart displayed in her bedroom. Other Sims featured in both The Sims 4 and My Sims include Summer Holiday, Liberty Lee, Travis Scott, and more. Some Sims who appear in both The Sims 4 and The Herbs are Cannonball Coleman, Grandma Hattie Loden, Crispin Black, and Jade and Skidmark's kid, who shows up in The Sims 4 as Ollie Mark. On the flip side, some Sims first introduced in The Sims 4 later show up in other games. For example, the mascot from Snowy Escape and Remy Watson, who showed up in Cottage Living first. Both of them featured in The Sims Mobile Sim Festival events. And then there are Sims who are based on real people, which is pretty rare. The most obvious example is Baby Ariel, along with other musicians who appeared for a limited time only in-game music festival, The Sims Sessions. There's also people like Millie Bobby Brown who have a Sim version of themselves who are on the gallery, but they're not pre-made Sims in the town. As you might know, the Summerdream household has made their return in The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature. But how much do you really know about them? Back in The Sims 2, the Summerdreams include Oberon, Titania, and their adopted kids Puck and Bottom. They lived at 71 Bard Boulevard in Veronaville, a Shakespeare-inspired world full of drama. They were described as kind-hearted
and had supposedly cast a romantic spell over Veronaville's youth.
But the question was
there any magic left for Puck?
He had a whole romance storyline. The family is matrilineal, meaning names and lineage passed down through the woman. Their whole vibe is based on A Midsummer Night's Dream, with Oberon and Titania as the fairy king and queen, Puck as the mischievous troublemaker, and Bottom as the poor mortal who gets caught in the chaos. So yeah, they are very clearly fairy-coded, even though actual fairies weren't a playable thing until Sims 3 Supernatural. Now, despite Oberon and Titania having a solid relationship at first, their Sims 2 bios hinted at some tension. Oberon's description talked about neglecting Titania and wondering if he could win her back, while Titania said she felt restless and wasn't sure if she can find peace, happiness, and love with him, or maybe it would be someone else. In-game, they constantly roll wants to get engaged, married, or even adopt a baby. There is even a wedding arch already set up in the side yard. So yeah, it was a thing. I think the game is really trying to steer you in one direction. But in this alternate Sims 4 universe, Puck and Bottom are gone. Instead, Oberon and Titania have a daughter named Mara, and she's kind of a big deal. Mara is considered the first ever fairy to appear in the Sims franchise, even though fairies weren't playable for a very long time. In The Sims Making Magic, Mara was an NPC fairy vendor that you can find in Magic Town, either here or here. She was infamous for cheating in toadstool races, teleporting instead of running. To beat her, you either needed teleportation powers yourself or backup from your other household Sims. But don't worry, she was easy to defeat in duels, and when you won, you would get Magi coins. In Sims 4, the Summerdream household bio says,
having put down roots many moons ago, the Summerdreams are Everdue's opulent high fae family. Notable couple Titania and Oberon struggled to navigate the challenges of parenthood alongside their emotionally tumultuous marriage. But luckily for them, fairies thrive on emotional happenstance, so at least they're well satiated by the drama. As for Mara, she anxiously awaits the day her wings will sprout and spends the afternoons fishing with her father or racing butterflies.
It fits with everything we already know about them, especially the rocky but still in love dynamic between Oberon and Titania. Between Sims 3 and Sims 2, they divorced, adopted kids, and still managed to stay close. What's especially interesting is that while Puck and Bottom don't exist in this timeline, timeline, the Summerdreams lot is called Pocket Hall, a total nod to them, right? And nearby, a lot called Bard Boulevard, the name of their home back in The Sims 2. The references are everywhere. It's a conspiracy. Also, a bit of a funny contrast, back in Sims 2, Oberon felt guilty for neglecting Titania because he was focused on mastering home video editing. Both of them worked in tech-heavy jobs. He was a video editor and she was a DJ. Meanwhile, in Sims 4, fairies hate technology. Go figure. Now, diving into the actual family dynamics in Sims 4, right away, you'll notice that their friendship bar is about halfway full, but their romance bar is sitting at a solid 90%. They've got amazing compatibility, but their dynamics are messy. As a family, they have a difficult dynamic. Romantically, it's steamy. They both have neutral attraction and only a fine romance satisfaction level when you start off. Both are straight and not exploring in that sense. Titania isn't triggered by jealousy when it comes to non-physical or physical romance or even woohoo, and she's not exploring romantic boundaries either. She also has the non-committal trait, which might explain that, but it doesn't exactly have to. Oberon, on the other hand, is exploring those boundaries, and jealousy does kick in for him around woohoo. As for Mara, her relationship with both parents sit around halfway, which surprised me. The household description made it sound like she was especially close to her dad with the fishing reference, but in game, it's about even. Her dynamic with Oberon is permissive, and with Titania, it's supportive. She also has amazing compatibility with both of them. There aren't many references to her original Making Magic self besides her name and appearance, but one thing's for sure, she hates the violin, which is kind of hilarious because there is a violin just sitting in her parents' bedroom. So I imagine she's this close to smashing it some days. Oh, and one more thing. The weirdest part of the Summerdreams' new home? The basement jail cells. Yup. Tucked under the stairs, there's a very medieval looking basement with 2 enclosed rooms. Each one of them has a wooden chair and an oil lamp on a mushroom shelf. Right outside is this key decoration on the wall. Clearly decorative, but I think it's meant to suggest that the rooms can be locked. And there's also a second chair and a floor lamp out there and some other decorations. So, what's going on there? What do you think they use those cells for? I mean, there's nothing in the lore about it. I know fairies are not all fun and games, but is this just the builder got a little carried away, trying to make it cool and creative, or is there something else? Across the Sims franchise, certain characters like the Goths, the Calientes, and Don Lothario have become more than just pre-made townies. They've become legacy figures. Their reappearances across different games, timelines, and even alternate universes create a sense of continuity that longtime fans love to unravel. Whether it's playing as a younger Mortimer in Sims 3, discovering Bella in Strangetown in Sims 2, or discovering fan theories about their connections, these reoccurring Sims help make the Sims universe feel alive and full of its own history. Thank you so much for watching all the way through the video. If you enjoyed it and want to hang out more, please subscribe. Every minute watched, every like, and every person who subscribes seriously helps the channel grow. So let's do this again real soon, okay? Until then, stay happy, healthy, and hydrated. Bye!